Hey guys, Tyler here with Revvin Reviews. I want to thank Josh before we get started for helping me out the past couple of days with posting those cinematic videos. I wanted to do that just to help you guys out with some cool cars that we saw the past few days, or the past few months rather. And I thought they would be a help to you guys, and I thought you guys might enjoy them as well. But in all reality, I was sick the past few days as well, so I was sleeping nearly 24 hours of the day, and couldn't really produce any videos, and I would have sounded crappy as well. But anyways, I'm getting back into the saddle of these daily videos, really shooting car news to help you guys out with the current news and what's coming up and what's currently happening and things of that sort. So speaking about getting in the saddle, we're actually going to be hopping on a horse today, which is Ferrari. So Ferrari's been around for quite a while, and they've produced some great models in the past: the Enzo, the LaFerrari, the F40, F50, the F60 America that just came out. That's an awesome car. But they've come out with all these great models, and it's been insane to see them. And the F12 is one of my personal favorites. I've never gotten to ride in one. I've gotten to sit in different variations of them. I've gotten to see the F12 TDF, the F12 Berlinetta, and also one out of the three in America, at least one out of the three Ferrari F12 and Largos, and we actually shot a video of that, so you guys can click the information bar above. But the F12 is one of the greatest cars I believe that Ferrari has ever made. I mean, I've sat in a LaFerrari, I've never sat in an Enzo, but I've seen an Enzo before, and all of them are great. I'm sure that the hypercar range can beat most of the lower car ranges, but nonetheless, the F12 is probably my favorite. So the F12 is basically a V12 rear-wheel drive that's meant to scare the crap out of you and make you want to ride in it again. Nearly every time that you get in the F12, if you step on the gas at all, you're going into a burnout. No matter if you're first, second, third, you're literally just gonna pop right into a burnout and just go. You might trip the tires. You might just go for a 15-footer. It's an awesome car. 700 plus horsepower to the wheels, and or to the rear wheels at least. And I just love that car, especially with the different variations. But Ferrari's decided to move on from that model, as they did with the 458, and they moved on to the 488. They decided to take away from the F12 and really move on to a new model. So they just released today, or yesterday for you guys, the Ferrari 812 Superfast. Now that's a very, very, very crazy name, and it's very assertive. They're saying, hey, this is a super fast car, and I think that's great. When you get into the statistics of it, it's a really, really insane car, and I don't even know. Words can't even explain how fast this car is going to be. It's going to be one of those, you get out of the F12 and you get into that, and that's going to make you more scared than the F12 did. It's going to make the F12 seem like a mellowed down Maybach, and seem like the 812 is like the F12 was before. The 812 is just going to blow your mind, in my mind at least. So the 812 is following the same blueprints as the F12 did, in the fact that it's still a naturally aspirated car. It still has that beautiful 6.5 liter V8 that the F12 had, and it also contains a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. Now this car has obviously changed in a little bit of performance statistics. When it comes to the horsepower, you're getting anywhere between, people are saying anywhere between like 789 to 800 plus horsepower. So you're somewhere in the high 700s, low 800 range, which is literally, I don't even know how to explain it to you, but it's gonna be crap your pants sort of scary, that you're literally just gonna say, get me out of this, get me out of this, get me out of this, but have a smile the entire time. It has 530 foot-pound of torque, and like I said, it's also rear-wheel drive, just like the F12. Now this is where it gets kind of interesting, for the simple fact that it matches a couple figures with the F12 TDF down to the T. So when the F12 TDF was released, they said that the 0 to 60 is 2.9 seconds, and the top speed is upwards, like above 211 miles an hour. When the 812 is released, they say 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds and a top speed of above 211 miles an hour. So I think that that's quite interesting. Now, the body work on this car is similar to the F12, but it's not exactly the same. They have a little bit of different adjustments to make it look like a newer car. I mean, it looks sort of similar. It still carries over a different name, but it looks sort of similar to the F12. You can kind of tell the resemblance. Just like you could tell the resemblance of the 599 to the F12, you can tell that still like father-son resemblance to the F12 to the 812. You still can tell that resemblance as well, which I think is good because you're following on the same sort of family tree, if you will, but you're still changing it up quite a bit. There's been some memes going around this past few days, or actually today, that, oh, Ferrari's creating a Corvette. It does look similar to a Corvette, but I mean, that's for you to decide. The interior is more driver focused. It's got a lot more features to suck it into the driver and say, hey, passenger, get out of my way, I'm trying to focus on the road, which is quite interesting. But also for the price range, I know many of you guys are going to be questioning like, oh, how much does this thing cost? I personally don't know. I'm trying to find out. People are saying it's going to be some people are saying it's going to be 250,000 pounds, which 250,000 pounds is like $300,000 to $350,000. So you're going to be looking upwards, in my guesstimation, 300 plus. Now, once they first start landing in the U.S. and all over the world, they're going to probably be going for $100,000 to $150,000 more than they were sold for at sticker. So you could be looking, if you're wanting to get one initially once it lands in the U.S., you could be looking, I don't know, for close to 500. But I don't think that they're going to hold their value up at that high. So I want to ask you guys a quick question. What do you guys think of the new design of the of the 812 rather? And would you guys buy one? I know I would. I would buy nearly every car that I talk about. I think that most of the cars that I talk about are quite interesting, and they're really good buys if I could afford it. But so yeah, I want to ask you guys that. Would you guys buy it? And what do you guys think of the look of the car and the performance statistics of the car? Go ahead and either leave it in the survey above, comment in the comments below, or give it to our social media accounts, and we'll be sure to respond to you guys. So I want to leave you guys on that note, and have a great day.